Welcome to Cooking at Home with iCook After School, and I'm Chef Neve. We're making something really delicious today, and I hope you can make it along with me, maybe with someone at home, so you can really enjoy the tasty goodness that we will have at the end of this recipe. We are making chia pudding, but it's not just any regular pudding, it is chocolate banana pudding. So let's get started. The very first thing we have to do, as always, when you enter the kitchen is wash your hands. So I'm going to go over and wash my hands with soap for at least 20 seconds. And we want to use warm water, get all the suds, and wash all your fingers. Exactly, so we don't spread any germs when we're working with food. We want to have everything clean and ready to go before we get started. So perfect, I think I'm ready to go. Are you? The very first thing we are going to do is measure some milk. Okay, so I have a measuring jug for measuring liquids. So I need 1 cup of milk. So I'm going to pour in all that's left of this milk. Uh-oh, still need some more. Not to worry, got some more. Okay, so when I'm measuring a liquid, I need to bend down so I'm at eye level and I can see the line. So I'm going to pour. Perfect. 1 cup of milk. And I'm going to pour that into my mixing bowl. Great. The next main ingredient that we're using is chia seeds. Chia seeds are really good for you. They're full of fiber, they have loads of omega-3, and they were eaten by people called the Aztecs thousands of years ago. They were the first people to eat them, and it was part of their main diet. So we like to use chia seeds in a lot of our recipes. If you made our overnight oats before, you saw they were in that recipe, and if not, you should check it out after this. Use half a cup of chia seeds, but I only have 1/4 of a cup. So how can I measure half a cup of chia seeds if I only have 1/4 of a cup? I think I can make half a cup out of 2 1/4 cups. So I'm going to put 2 1/4 cups of chia seeds. So just scoop in to the bag. Shake it out a little bit, make sure it's flat. If you do need to flatten it out, you can always use the back of a knife or a spoon and scrape out any excess. So any extra, because we want it flat when you're measuring dry ingredients. So that's 1/4. The next thing I need is another 1/4 to make a half. And I'm going to put that into our bowl with the cup of milk. What I do is mix around that chia, because it's going to we don't want it to get really lumpy. So you can use a fork or a spoon or even a whisk. So a whisk can be used when making batter or eggs or anything like that, but it can also help when you're making chia pudding. Okay, so I'm continuing to mix with the spoon, but chia seeds, they swell up, so they get bigger and they start to absorb. So that means they soak in the milk and it's getting a little lumpy. So you know what? I think the best thing is we do use a whisk. This is a whisk. So we're going to add in some banana. Okay, and that's going to continue to soak for a little bit of time while I begin to mash my banana. So I'm only going to use half a banana to mash. Does anyone know what mashing is? So I'm just going to peel my half the banana and put it into our bowl, and then I'm going to mash. And this pudding, it can be used as a sweet treat later on as a dessert. You might want to make it for someone at home as a dessert, or you could even have it in the morning with breakfast or a little snack. You can have it any time of the day. Okay, so I'm going to get back my pudding mixture. I'm going to add in that mashed banana. Perfect. I'm just going to put the bowl in our sink, because when you're in the kitchen, it's important to clean as you go. So I'm going to mix. To make it a little bit sweet, I'm going to add some honey. If you it's kind of a natural sweetener, comes from bees. But if you remember from our previous video, honey can get stuck to the measuring spoon, it can get all goopy and you can't get it out. So a trick we like to use is spray some olive oil on your measuring spoon. Perfect. And as you can see, it'll just fall straight off of the measuring spoon. It's our little cooking tip. We're going to add in our cocoa powder. So we need 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. And as you can see, that's a heaped tablespoon. So that's a little bit too much. So instead, I'm going to get our knife, as you can see, and I'm going to shake it off and use the back of the knife to flatten it out. So then that is 1 flat tablespoon. So we're going to use some yummy chocolate chips. Okay, so we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of chocolate chips as well. So you know what? I'm going to use the same measuring spoon. It's okay, it's chocolate, it's all going into the same ingredients. And the same thing, I'm going to shake it out so I have 1 flat tablespoon, and I'm going to add that into the mixture. Yeah. So we have 2 more ingredients. We are going to add in some vanilla. Can anyone remember from before, what measuring tool do we use when measuring vanilla? It's not measuring cups, it's measuring spoons. You're right. Because it's really strong flavor, so we're going to use only 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay? The last ingredient, which helps bring out a lot of our flavors, so we have our banana, our chocolate, even our vanilla, it'll help bring them out, is a little bit of salt. Perfect, just a very small amount. Okay. And now to mix. So I'm going to get my fork again. I'm going to mix everything up. It's starting to smell really good. Smelling the cocoa powder and the banana. It's 2 of my favorite things together. Okay. Now, the way I like to serve my pudding, you might just have a regular glass, or you can put it in a bowl if you like. But I like to put mine in a jar. So, maybe someone's help at home. Just gonna scoop the pudding into the jar. Does anyone have any idea what we can do? I have another half of the banana. Does anyone? I think we could maybe slice it up and put it on top. So we gotta peel this other banana. I'll just put all that to the side. Our pudding looks really good right now. Bear claw, and I'm just going to slice just a few slices of banana. Oh, we got a runner, fell off the chopping board. That's okay. Okay, maybe I'm just going to put a few slices of these bananas in on top. Now, oh, I really want to taste this, but you know what I might do? Sprinkle some extra chocolate chips on top. Okay, everyone loves chocolate chips. Ooh, it looks delicious. And this is a lot of pudding. You can put this into 2 smaller jars, or you can even just share it with someone at home. So before we get started and we taste it, what do we like to do here at iCook? We like to do mindful tasting. So we are going to maybe close our eyes or just really concentrate on the texture, the taste, and also the smell. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's lots of texture, lots of flavor going on. This is so delicious. But you know what? This is only 2 flavors. You should really go over to our activity sheet, pick out what 2 flavors together you would like to try in your pudding. Maybe it's strawberry and chocolate. Maybe it's sun butter with blueberries. You should go over, do our activity sheet, and maybe tell us what other pudding you tried. Hope you had fun.